You guys. That was really good. I think Rudy would have liked that one a lot.
Oh yeah, the
All
Redskins.
about the Redskins.
Oh,
You would have enjoyed that.
Oh man, poor Jerry Jones. The iguana.
Look at
wrong.
because his eyes are all far apart.
Ricky.
Alright.
Come on. Hold up. I'm so ready for today. What's up, guys? It's Tuesday. You know what time it is.
Woo.
Here on the studio, we got the one and only ElectricDynamite
LD.
2.0.
Second coming.
The second coming. It's like the Jesus Christ story, but not really.
But not really.
Today's show is brought to you by onit.com. Go to our RFL football website, click on the Onit banner, and get yourself some badass Onit goodies. For those of you who do the whole mixing of the MCT oil with your coffee, you got the new Onit MCT oil. Gives you a little bit more energy. You know how usually coffee makes you all jittery?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the MCT oil makes it a little bit, it takes it a little longer to digest. So because you're getting all the, like, the oil fats. So you won't feel as jittery. And not only that, there's no crash. There's no 2 p.m. crash.
No more 5 hours.
Which goes great with the caveman coffee that Onit has.
Thought you were gonna say Caveman
Let's see,
Crunch.
what else does Onit has its new? Oh, they have some new mugs. Those are pretty cool. You guys, they have like these crazy like inspirational sayings.
No primate face on them?
They have one with like Lincoln, some samurai, and like a knight. So they're pretty badass. So yeah, once again, go to the RFL football website, click on the Onit banner, and support the show. With that, let's get ready to roll. It's because we got a lot of cover and so little time. Well, we have a lot of cover with a lot of time. Today we're going to discuss your complete 180, and we're going to go over some pickups that people might want to do. I don't know about our fantasy football league, but this might help other people in other leagues.
Sure. See that.
First off and foremost, I think this was the game of the century. I don't know if anyone would dare to freaking argue with that. We have Juggernauts versus Jose, 115 to 117, taking the win by home field advantage.
Unbelievable. We had some pretty stellar games this week, but this one was the one.
I think it took the cake. Tony Romo, 30 points. Philadelphia Eagles, 47 points. And then if we look over there to the Juggernaut side, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, if you just had a...
Yeah, I don't know if you want to call it an off day. I mean, last year he was really stellar. Past few games he's been really stellar. Or maybe he just likes coming off the bench. He's like that six-man mentality, you know? It's like, put me in, coach, I'm ready.
He likes the pressure there, but...
yeah.
If we just had an average game, the Juggernauts would have got the win there.
Yeah. I mean...
Way to bounce that.
He just really, really struggled. Who knows if maybe a bench... I mean, it's always a game of what ifs, but Trent Richardson actually had a decent game with 16 points.
Yeah.
He's been asleep for quite some time, and he came up.
As they got 2 backs there in Indy, but you can always count on them to catch them out of the backfield too. He's not running very well. Bradshaw's kind of carrying that load there, but you know you can count on him. I kind of see those as those junkyard points though at the end.
Yeah, he had plenty of junkyard points. Let's move on to the next game. I mean, Rod Streeter with 0 points. I'm just gonna say you kind of got lucky there. Raider Nation versus Rebel. I don't know what's going on over there in Raider Nation, but Team Rebel gets his first win, 64 to 97. He's clearly being carried by his wide receiving core.
Yeah, really strong, but a little light now.
Hey, you guys had a little trade, huh?
Yeah, it was I think it was pretty even trade, pretty fair trade, but we both come out winning. Good luck, man. I hope you turn that around. That division could use some
competition.
Competition, yeah. That's Mike's division, right?
No, D Rebel and Raider Nation. That's their division with Jose and Juggernauts.
Oh yeah. You guys got some work to do there.
Yeah, usually Juggernauts and Team Jose end up being the most competitive of the 4.
Yeah.
We'll go more in depth in your trade.
Mm.
See what the upside and what downsides there are to that trade. And we'll go over D-Rebel since he's shopping Adrian Peterson pretty hard. Going over to the next game, Little Mac at Ryson. Nothing much to cover here.
No.
Gave him a whooping.
Yeah.
As he's so well deserved.
Wow.
I mean, you're facing the previous divisional champ. What more can you? What more? Here's what people really want to look into. If you look over to my team, I don't want to toot my own horn, but there's consistent points all the way around. I'm not really counting on that one player. You see double digits on just about half of my team.
That is the key. I mean, even if they're only getting 9-10 points, you got 8 players getting 9-10 points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though my kicker and defense struggled relatively hard this week, I'm looking for a bounce back. I did actually drop him, so.
Yeah, I saw that.
And for people looking for a tight end, I am shopping Heath Miller.
Yeah,
that's like Ben Roethlisberger, Jason Witten. You know what I mean?
That Delaney Walker thing is working out for you really well, but you're right about it. I mean, the only other guy is Antonio Brown. You got to double him up, and you got one other option there.
Boom. I'm shopping Heath Miller, so those of you who are looking for a tight end, I mean, Little Mac could clearly use one of them.
A lot of people need tight end. If you don't have a good tight end, you got a bad tight end. I think I said that before, but
I think that's a good way to put it. If you don't have a good one, you have a bad one. And there's
roster spots
selected few out there. So and plus having a decent tight end, it gives you a great benefit. Cause look at 0 points opposed to 15. Boom, that's 15 points you didn't get.
Then you're just hiding these other points over here from everybody else.
Yeah, I mean,
good strategy.
I'm not shy about it. I'm trying to shop people all the time. So anyone out there that needs a tight end, let's make a deal. Mind Freak, ElectricDynamite 2.0. Wow.
I expected more of a game. I see he has a lot of key players on a bye week there. I look forward to playing him the second time around because we'll both have a lot of our stars there. Should be very exciting. I took it to him. It didn't stop. Didn't let off the guys. I had a couple goose eggs there, so I had some guys just.
You really did put your foot on his throat. That Tom Brady trade didn't really work out for him.
No, I figured if anybody was gonna get 40 points, Tom Brady could do it, but it didn't happen.
He's struggling hard.
Yeah, man.
And but overall, again, a complete game except for a few goose eggs.
Yeah, I didn't have a tight end. That was a late pickup.
You could sure use a tight end. I'm shopping one.
I've got a tight end right there. He's on a bye week though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Never mind.
But
I didn't catch that.
Well, yeah, you see another 0 up there too. So
yeah,
those Carolina
overall
Panthers.
though, good win. Let's move on down to the next game. Orange Crush Mafia Bay, another close game.
If it wasn't the other game, this was my game of the week.
Yeah, this is a very good game. 95-90. Mafia Bay with 2 players coming into Monday night, 10 points down, and Orange Crush steals the win. Stays on top, gets the W. Again, it came back to Tom Brady just having a bad game.
You gotta figure if someone's gonna do it, he's gonna do it.
Yeah. Julian Edelman, 3 points, and
can't score field goals if you don't move the ball.
Can't
get extra points if you don't score a touchdown.
Other than that, a good game by Martellus Bennett. That's another one, a highlight of the tight ends right now. LaShawn McCoy really struggling. This is like his 3rd week in a row that he hasn't really blown up.
I think that team's thanking the Lord they have
Nick Foles really carrying the team over there in Philadelphia. And what's his face?
The backup
Sproles.
Sproles, there you go.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of hit or miss, but he's been hitting lately.
Eagles offense stood still this week, but that defense is another story.
Most def. Bad guys, rudeness. How do you feel, Rudy, coming out with another big win?
I'm happy my start running back finally decided to join the party. I feel very comfortable now with my team. I was a little worried.
It's good to see, man. 109 is not just chump change of a win.
That's your
109 points. That's a good win.
High score of the season, I think, for you.
Yeah, is that the highest we've gone so far?
So far, yes.
So far. Bad guys struggled hard, but came back with the Kansas City defense with 28 points. As of Sunday night, he had
13 points.
13 points. That would have put him at what? Second least.
13 is our least.
He would have tied for first.
Point, yeah.
That's me, by the way. I was really hoping that Kansas City.
Actually, that's Team Danny.
Oh,
Danny?
sweet. It's not me. Taking credit for that.
Well, I mean, he has a lot of points that were just sitting on the bench there with Eli Manning. That's 40 points.
He's coming
And
back
Tampa
there.
Bay, 10 points. But then again, you know, you have
he has
Casey with 28.
some sexy names up there, but they're just not producing right now.
Yeah, I
Lot of
would try
zeros
to.
there.
I would try to make way with that Stephen Ridley. I mean, he has a name right now, but they're really struggling. You might want to try to search for another player.
She's got some trade bait there at least.
We got the Destroyers here online saying that the Bad Boys are next on his hit list.
Bad boys.
Oh, they're up against each other.
Yeah.
Bad boys for life.
He says Ray got destroyed and Bad Boys are next.
Wow, talking big. Hopefully, bad guys can come back and
Bad guys.
do some damage.
I'm rooting for you, man.
As was this prime time praying for you, man. Dodger Danny team bring it. Is this team bring his first win?
That's the number one.
91 to 84.
I was a little worried
man.
there for a minute that Alex Smith might throw in another touchdown. So at one point he was only 6 points away.
That would have hurt, but luckily they went ahead big, and Jamal Charles came up with the points after that.
Both sides, though, pretty solid efforts from each of them.
Yeah. This you could see that Dodger Danny had his bench, the stack
Wide,
bench.
yeah.
That's a stack bench right there.
And he still put up an effort, so.
Oh, definitely. That tells me that Danny has depth. So I kind of see Danny where Rudy was a few years ago, where Rudy was actually scoring big, but people were just outscoring him
wrong
that 1 week.
Wrong.
Exactly.
Drew the short straw on that week, or.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Dodger Danny's team, and
I like
he's
his
stacked.
team.
He's stacked. So, you know, hopefully he turns it around sooner or later. I mean, I wouldn't really make any changes.
I can't suggest anything either. He looks
Yeah,
pretty
so
good.
he looks very, very good.
Probably just throw darts and pick a lineup.
And it would work.
Yeah.
But
He's leading, I think, his division, or very close to leading his division in points. So
in
he's
points.
doing-
Yeah, I think he
pretty
might
good.
be number one in points in that division.
I think, yeah, it's pretty close.
But not to take away from the big win for Team Bring It.
Way to go.
Finally coming up big. Aaron Rodgers coming to the big game, and
Called it, too.
I don't know why he didn't start Decker. I mean, he's clearly the number one option over there
In Washington.
in New York. Yeah.
Probably because of G.
But then again, you know,
That Dallas defense is kind of turning it around. You guys may want to.
it's a shock.
Yeah.
As a fan, I'm wearing the shirt today because of a proud, complete win over New Orleans.
Beautifully. Offensively, anyway.
Offensive and defensive. I mean, you stopped Drew Brees, freaking Jimmy Graham.
Only
you
scores
stopped-
in the end.
Yeah,
at the end of
so
the
those,
game.
I see those as garbage time,
Yeah.
you know, because the game was already out of hand. Overall, if you don't own the Dallas Cowboy defense, you might want to consider picking them up.
Maybe. I mean,
They're getting turnovers every game. I mean, they're not.
they just needed to mesh a little bit, maybe. And
Yeah, I mean, the line has to get a little bit more tougher. I mean, because they're not getting like sacks and whatnot, but they're applying
there
pressure,
you go.
which is good.
Secondary's holding up too.
Oh, they're definitely holding up. Those linebackers are really playing hard. Ray versus the Destroyers. 118 to 91. I mean, other than that, solid effort. This is where Team Ray could definitely use a tight end.
Yeah. I think someone's
guess-
shopping one. I think I know. Right?
Yeah, I'm putting them out there. But Drew Brees, Frank Gore came up big for him this week. Steve Smith, clearly his most consistent player. Megatron's kind of on the up and down. And like we claimed before, 9 points for his tight end, and Jack Doyle from Indy with no points.
Third. That's a third option.
Am I too loud?
You're echoing a little.
Alright, my bad. We're good now? Alright, we good.
Again, they both good effort. I mean, you just got. He's 1-3, I believe, too. Ray.
Yeah, he's 1-3.
It looks
He might
like-
want to consider.
I don't know how much can you really. How much advice can you offer that there?
Well, look,
Good-looking
Ray
names.
is wide receiver heavy.
So you got.
I mean, he has
options
Randall
there.
Cobb, he has Brandon Marshall. You
And
might want to consider. I mean, Kenny Stills. Other than that, he's still a good pick. So if you get rid of maybe Marshall or Randall,
pick up a nice, solid running back, or even a
Yeah, you
tight
might-
end he's missing. Oh well.
I mean, you could do. I mean, for a big name like Brandon Marshall, you could definitely get a tight end and a running back.
2 for 1 for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Because he's not going to be down there forever. I mean, you saw that game, he had like 3 touchdowns versus like last 2 weeks ago.
Maybe hook up with the bad guys there. Try to get something going on.
Is that the last game we have here? That was me, my bad, guys.
You want to go over to the Pee Wee League?
Yeah, let's go ahead and go over the Pee Wee League, and then we'll discuss the trades that happened and the more trade bait.
I haven't even visited this page yet, so it's always exciting to see this.
I've never gone to this page either. I don't have the link for it.
And I don't think I know who half these people are.
Team Cindy versus Team Kitty Litter. I refuse to call them Detox only because it's just never coming.
It's not coming, man.
It's not coming.
It's a myth.
Stop waiting.
It's a bluff.
It's not gonna get here.
It's suspect.
Change your name back to Team Kitty Litter. I think everyone on the forum deserves that name.
It's fun to write.
It's fun to say.
It's just a fun name, and you're winning. It's all fun, man.
Yeah. So why change it? Why change a good thing?
I'll sign the petition. Change it back.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put that on. Poll question: should Team Detox change his name back to Team Kitty Litter? Give the people what they want, man.
It's a show, and we deserve it.
We all
You
deserve
owe
it
it to us.
But can't take away. Big win, 103 to 107. Close game, and would the Roddy White differential made a difference? It sure would have.
Roddy White. Oh yeah.
But then again, we have Chris Johnson on the other side. So I'm looking at potential points, 113 to 112. This actually, I think this year could be. I think this could repeat again because I think these two are playoff potential teams as far as.
So they'll see each other again there.
Most definitely. And not only are they also divisional teams?
These two, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So this is gonna be a fun matchup to keep an eye on.
I see some bench players there too that are gonna be factors.
Then there's some bye weeks too.
Yeah,
Buys and
Peyton
and Julius and
Percy Harvin.
Roddy White. Oh, he's not even on a bye week,
Percy.
but
Yeah,
Percy Harvin. Yeah.
Percy Harvin's a start. Julius Thomas on the other side, Emmanuel Sanders on the other side too.
Wow, that's gonna be poison for him. Peyton throwing to all
Yeah.
of his targets.
And here we have Axes of Ignorance.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, let's just say he struggled hard to give the chosen few his first win at 57 to 109. And I mean, what more can you say? It's a solid win.
No contest.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it as it is. I think it's the Aaron Rodgers win, 36 points, because everywhere you see a bunch of 5s, 9s, 11,
There's a few
17.
solid guys up
Yeah,
there.
he had a solid start, so that's good for him.
But the team was carried by Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
Right.
Mr. Rogers.
His backup option would have been a stellar option too.
Tony
Romo.
Romo. I really do think Tony Romo's underrated, especially now his back is getting healthier.
Mhm.
I think he's a solid start for me.
Got a lot of targets.
And DeMarco running like a fucking soldier, man.
Unbelievable. I'm not gonna take it from him, but I gotta say that line is just
Oh.
impressive, very impressive.
Yeah, I'm just so glad they revamped and they decided not to pick up Johnny Manziel. Axis of Ignorance. I'm sorry to say, man, you just struggled. Patriots really let you down. And
There's Ridley again.
yeah, there he is again.
Just not doing much for you.
Let's just go ahead and move on from this.
Are they
huh?
scored the same? Because it looks like he scored less points in this league.
I don't know, Wes Rudy.
What was the question?
Are they scored the same in this league as they are in our league? 'Cause
Same rules.
I don't know. It looked like he's losing points still.
He had a fumble from like 2 minutes.
On the way to the lunchroom.
Franchise versus Lex Master. The franchise 118-75, blowing up all over in all the right places. Philadelphia Eagles 47 points. Joe Flacco 31 points. Frank Gore 22 points. We see these. Who's that? Who's this red character that scored no points? Do you know who he is?
Who's this again reporting at?
Franchise is second running back down.
Off the top of
Silas
his head, I don't
Rick-
know. It must have been a bye week option there. But he had
Yeah, he's
look at
probably like a
two
third screen.
great
Yeah,
running
Matt
backs.
Asiata, Doug Martin. Doug Martin actually not a bad comeback. I mean, he didn't get full load of carries, but you could tell they're easing him back in
Yeah,
there.
and he's picking him back up, and then that Matt Asiata there, he's just
Most definitely. And Devin Esner, I don't know why people are not starting him day in and day out. I mean, he's scoring by the bunches.
I would have to pay more attention to Atlanta there. I don't think I wouldn't feel confident starting him myself.
I think because they're using Devin Esner as their Person Harvin type.
I see.
That Cornell type, you know,
Pretty
that
good
weapon
wheels.
that does everything. Yeah, I mean, other than that, on the other side, it was nothing but struggling. Team Virgil versus Gasca, and we're looking at 63 to 94, 29 points for Matthew Stafford, which kind of kept him in the game, and just overall solid starts over there in Gasca.
People are kind of freaking out with these bye weeks or something because I just see 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, they're panicking hard,
Yeah,
man.
I had a few too, so I'm not out of the.
It looks like people are also craving for tight ends on this side, and people who have tight ends are just not sharing on the other side.
The Darius Green, I know firsthand, is a bad option because that resurgence of Antonio Gates, Phillip Rivers thing is
Yeah, it's like they found
that
the
guy?
youth.
Seattle. I know who he is, but I mean, I heard mention of him, and people keep starting him.
And not only that, Seattle was gonna buy week.
Exactly.
So I don't know if T. Virgil's paying attention, but he's clearly not watching the
I
show.
don't think he is.
Poor chap. But yeah, good start over there in Gasca. F12 versus Irv 1. We lost.
Dang.
Fucking Orange Crush.
With Murray freaking.
Well, 84 to 124. We got our asses handed to us. Actually, Irv 1 has been scoring in the upper hundreds lately, right?
Yeah, he's been averaging 115 maybe a week.
Well, half.
Because, I mean, he has Andrew
Andrew
Luck.
Luck,
He's
yeah.
blowing up. And he has Matt Forte. Steve Smith is just balling. And, again, Martellus Bennett. Solid tight end. Solid start every week. I don't know, how did we lose? Oh, yeah. We had Bortles.
I think he scored better than Fitzpatrick, but Delaney Walker would have been a.
Yeah, I mean, well, we had the chance of picking up Bridgewater, which I think we might have to do today.
If he's still available.
Let's hope that he
I think he's
is.
questionable for this week, though. He'll probably play.
He'll start.
Yeah.
Prime Time versus Evolve, and it's a close game,
Yeah.
93 to 96. Cam not having his usual game, but still put up some points. That's usually what you carry for. But as we look all the way around,
Well rounded.
solid start
Now
all the way
Davis
around.
behind Charles, and he's still doing good.
Yeah. It's a solid pickup if for anyone out there. I mean, I don't know if they're doing this whole running back by committee, but
I don't think that's the case. I just think they're both that good.
yeah.
When they get their chances, they make them count.
It's a good 1-2 punch. So if you haven't picked him up, it's a good person to pick up. Niles Davis. Let's go over some teams that are struggling, man. You know what? Let's go over.
Just submit our lineup for this week.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go over this F12 team. See if
Make a few adjustments.
ElectricDynamite 2.0 could fix it up a little bit. By the way, we've only won our first week.
Second
right?
week.
Second week. And who
Yeah, second week.
put that line up? I did.
We did.
Yeah. These motherfuckers.
So the pressure's on, huh?
Pressure's on, man. RFL senior is not looking good.
How come? Well, you're looking at picking up Mr. Bridgewater, but
Yeah,
Should we?
we can't. And
Oh, I think Eli
there's
Manning
this
was
offer. I don't know what you guys think.
Alright, Axes of Ignorance.
maybe a running back. And a
Looking
wide
for a
receiver.
running back and tidy for
Jimmy Graham. Sure, that's what it is.
actually need a consistent QB.
I think quarterback he can find somebody. There's a lot of depth at quarterback, and even
Yeah, there was plenty to shop for
Yeah.
him.
but
I don't know if we were to trade for Jimmy Graham. Which, do we need a tight end? No, right? We have Delaney and we have some other dude. Okay, look. For this for Axes of Ignorance, I just don't want you to overprice your player. Because, We have someone very similar in our league, which is overpricing a player that's not going to play. And they're asking for freaking world beaters. And it's just simply something that... Who would you possibly give up for Jimmy Graham? He's an elite player.
Sure. Got a great quarterback. Always going to throw towards him.
Yeah, but there's a lot of targets there in New Orleans. And frankly, right now, they're struggling. So as far as us, I don't think it's someone that we would want to trade for.
No.
So
Zach Ertz, he has his...
he had like one good game.
You can't blame him even. It's more like that whole offense kind of fell apart this week, but...
Yeah.
Was that a need to start him, or... Oh, no, I see.
Well, I gave it up to Orange Crush. He put the starting lineup, so everything here was up to him.
Okay.
But this week you have a complete lineup, and no one's hurting. And if there's any... You know what? Let's go look at that waiver wire. Let's let go of this Fitzpatrick character, which I kind of like. I like him because he's a gambler.
Yeah.
You know?
He runs, he
tosses, he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to throw it, and
whatever,
he does it.
get it out. I'm here to play. It is a game after all.
But yeah, let's just see what's available.
Alex Smith,
I'm
EJ
not-
Manuel. How about Kyle Orton?
Kyle Orton's going to start.
Yeah, you know.
All right, here's what we have. Well, people picked up Eli Manning, right? Because he was there last week.
Yeah.
We have Brian Hoyer, which is coming off a bye week, but look at those consistent numbers.
Consistent.
Yeah.
One bad week.
Well, one bye week.
Yeah.
But overall, let's look at Alex Smith.
Yeah, he lit it up last night.
Last
Two weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
What's his matchup look like this week?
He has a bye week on week 6, and he's going up against
Niners.
49ers.
That defense just stopped one of the the best offenses in the league right now. It'd be good to pick up just to stash right now, but I don't know if I'd start him against the Niners defense right now. Maybe I'm just overhyping that defense because of that one great game, but
Is there any other quarterback there that you
up
think
there
you
that
would
I
pick
see,
up?
I don't think so.
Nope.
No.
All right.
Alex Smith would be a good, just to have.
It's a good pickup
Yeah,
for
I mean he's going in a bye week soon though. Nah, I don't think it's a good pickup right now, just because.
now. Would you drop Bortles for Alex Smith?
Yes,
Should we go ahead and do that?
I would, just because
Let's go ahead and do that. Bortles is just not working out.
Jacksonville.
It's too much of a gamble. I know they always play from behind, so he's gonna toss it.
Yeah, a lot.
But it's not always the best thing.
Picks are only worth 2 points.
Just click on Bortles and drop him. The other one should be already on there, I think. Oh yeah, press add play.
I don't think we selected him.
Smith. There he is.
There's another deceivingly fast, pretty. He can get out there and run for some yards too. I think he did have some rushing yards this week too.
Yeah, he's actually deceivingly athletic. What else are we missing from our team?
That's a lot of players. That's not our team. So this was just an empty roster spot that we're running.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're struggling there at a QB position.
It looks good now.
It looks a little better now.
Running back, you got Murray. You're in great shape.
Yeah, we got Murray. We got Sankey over there. He's actually picking up the last few weeks.
Benjamin, you think Pierre Garçon will have another bad week like he did?
He's been having bad weeks, man. He had one good week. That's why he has 33 points. But we have Daenerys Thomas coming back.
Yeah.
We have Sammy Watkins.
I see
Playing solid.
Stevie Johnson kind of. He's maybe somebody out there might want to look at. Vernon Davis went down again, and Stevie Johnson plays in the slot. Loves going over the middle. He's been doing pretty good. He caught the game winner for a touchdown.
And what a catch.
Yeah,
Fingertip grab. It was a beautiful
right
catch.
in the corner. But but he'll see some. He'll probably see some more balls go his way because of that.
That's a good point. So there you have it, folks. Out there, Stevie Johnson, Vernon Davis going down. He becomes a target.
One of those role players, not going to be a superstar, but he'll probably get you a few points here.
Let's go ahead and submit this lineup. Then I don't think we need to pick up or drop players. Let's just hope you can pick a winning team.
Yeah, I want to get another win there.
I mean, because I don't see how is it that we're giving out tips here and our team's losing. There we go.
At Dallas, at San Fran. You really confident in that Dallas defense?
You saw, yo.
Yeah.
They stopped New Orleans. And they played solid. It's up to you though, man. As far as here,
retract my statements before and start Alex Smith in this.
you might have to.
Well, now he's my only other option.
This is,
I mean,
this is your lineup to pick.
So
Yeah,
think I
it's
will
your
go
lineup
with,
to
I
pick.
will go with Alex Smith.
I think he's more of he's a less gamble, and he's actually on fire, opposed to Fitzpatrick is actually struggling the past 2 games.
Keeps his picks down usually too.
Yeah, he's a safe player.
I mean, I might too because they don't have like the best receivers out in. And then he's dumping into the backfield a lot, so
Dishing it over to friggin'
he's not throwing 40, 50-yard bombs.
yeah, he's dishing over Jamal Charles. It doesn't hurt. Shifty little fucker.
Running back is set. Right receiver looks good. Maybe start Thomas instead of Garcon there. Especially since they're playing Seattle. I see them playing Arizona, so that's another good defense. Delaney Walker instead of Mr. Ertz. Any bye weeks? You're clear, huh? The bye weeks?
Clear as
for this
day.
week anyway.
I mean, Detroit's playing at home.
Oh, yeah, you gotta start
and
Detroit.
EJ Manuel was just sat down.
Yeah, you got Kyle Orton.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a gamble there. I kind of like the the Detroit Lions
Yeah.
this week.
Good defense. That looks like a lineup right there.
Hold up, go up a little bit.
Andre Ellington at Denver.
Yeah, we're good. I think we might want to consider trading one of our top wideouts, strengthen up that running back position.
How I know another running back from Arizona got some trouble over the weekend, and I think that backfield got a little bit more. So Ellington might be.
Ellington actually is just I like that start.
I know you like the player himself, but maybe you get a good trade for him if you wanted to trade somebody in your running back because you're pretty deep at running back too now.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking of dumping Toby Gerhart.
Toby Gerhart. Yeah, that just seems like
It's a
he's
lost
seat
cost
warmer
there. Yeah, it's a lost cost there. I mean, I like Sankey. I mean, he's coming up. I kind of figured he would have a slow start, so he would be a player I would pocket just
He
to.
did pretty good this weekend.
Yeah. I think it's 2 weeks in a row he has solid games. So I think little by little his role's gonna start picking up, and before we know it, he's gonna make our starting lineup.
okay.
That's why I really think we want to consider trading one of those
Receivers.
big name receivers. But overall, I like this lineup.
Looks good. Let's go for the win. F12.
All right. Now let's go over to the nitty gritty, cause there's drop the water bottle, but I don't really. That's how I roll, I guess. Few things I wanted to go over this week, man. One is your complete 180 because you were struggling last year so hard.
Yeah.
What changed? What got into you and picked this new team, or did it start at the draft? Did you make some moves?
It always starts at the draft. We're all blinded by the stars, the bright lights, and
Yes.
everybody has a few. But you can't look at the player first. You gotta see the team first. How's this gonna help the team? And then the position, how we value them. I think you just see the next hot name up there, and you're like, perfect, that's my guy. But if he's not gonna help your team in the long run, or if you're picking up, like you said, to play later, this is gonna be a good guy to stash. Doesn't make sense. So
I think that's kind of important to do in the later rounds.
Yeah.
It's not someone you want to pick up early.
No, definitely
That's
not.
for sure.
But it does begin at the draft. Stuff I'm doing this year was stuff I did last year. but last year it was like a beginner year for that type of lineup.
Okay. So it's all about the process.
You got to keep turning that roster over, though. Keep looking for people, and as deep as we are, the waiver wire is not where you want to go all the time. You know, we have to help each other win here. You know, trades. I've only done one this year, but I think it worked out really well. I see some people trading, and I see some people aggressively trying to trade.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, everybody wants too much for nothing, or they don't want to get rid of their stars when all they have is, you know, their stars, and they can go for those.
They are. I would say this: players are really fixated on their star players. And when you're losing, it's one of those things that you have to let go. Because the only way that you're gonna get better value is by letting go of those players. Because clearly, your other players aren't panning out. Let's talk about your trade, man. I mean, I saw it. You came up big. I've been trying to get Calvin Benjamin from off of this guy for a while. So I'm not going to lie. I was pretty ticked when I saw him giving away.
It's nice to have him. He's probably the only guy except for Greg Olsen out there in Carolina.
Yeah, in Carolina. Mm-hmm.
Happy to have him. I needed a strong receiver to any strong receiver. I didn't have really one. And I felt like I was pretty good at running back. Mm-hmm. So I let go of Asiata for Benjamin and got Reggie Bush for my efforts. Who else did I give up?
Let's just hope Reggie Bush starts actually producing for you. He had like one good game this year so far.
Yeah, I think he could. I mean, Jork Bell is out this week, so maybe I could start
Eddie
him.
Royal, I think. Is it?
Oh, Eddie Royal, there we go. He's hot too. I mean, he kind of came out okay in that trade. I think he, you know. By the way, we screwed up on that trade, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, thanks for helping me fix that, man. You're pretty stand up in that area, because you could have just let it go. Kept the trade that went bad at first. I think we both came out winners in that one, but I still like how I did on this.
The only thing that, if we go over to Team Downtown Rebel, we could go over his team really quick. I know he came up with the win this week.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually on, and he's offering Keenan Allen for a running back.
He has 16 players.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're going to have to penalize this.
I just told him to adjust his roster.
All right, I know that he has Matt Asiata there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the guy now.
He's the guy. Mm-hmm. Agreed. But he could clearly use another running back. Come week 10, and I see a lot of 10s over there on that bye week area. Or, you know, like, knock on wood, right? But say Asiata goes down. Now what? So, I mean, he's stashing a whole bunch of tight ends, which, again, he could only start one. And they're not all that, I mean,
not the best.
They're not the best. And you're still crowded over there in the wide receiver area. So, you might want to consider letting go some of those, at least one tight end. And you might want to consider trading one of those big name wide receivers still.
Probably get something really good for Jeffrey. A good running back, maybe a solid tight end, something.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to, or you could package the deal. I mean, you have Keenan Allen is not a bad pickup.
Yeah, he's actually offering him.
He's got that tandem now right there.
Yeah, he has that tandem. But it would kind of hurt you. I hate starting two wide receivers from one team. It's going to be like, it's a bittersweet, you know?
What if the quarterback goes one way the whole game?
Yeah. Or one struggles all game and then the other one, you know.
Is it safer to start two running backs from the same team or two receivers you think?
It's hard, man. I still don't like it, personally. Only because it depends how good they are.
I guess.
If they're good, two solid starts, where it's going to be like, okay, you know they're guaranteed 1-2 punch and they're both going to get goal line touches and they're both going to get. But say it's CJ Spiller and Fred Jackson, right? Spiller's gonna get the between the 20s, and then freaking Fred Jackson's gonna get that goal line work. So it's one of those like,
who do you go with?
You don't want to do it. You want to trade one away. Mm-hmm. But over there.
So he's shopping who?
Keenan Allen for a running back.
A running back.
A running back.
Huh.
It really depends on what kind of running back you're looking for, because I'll be more than happy to give you CJ Spiller for Keenan Allen. And I think...
How about Reggie Bush?
It's the same player.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, so I think Keenan Allen for someone like C.J. Spiller, I think that's a solid trade. He was trying to get Doug Martin off of me, but that's not going to happen right now, especially not for Keenan Allen. And I feel like Doug Martin is one of my core players.
He's waking up.
Unfortunately, he went down. Yeah. Refresh. He let go of a player?
Yeah, he fixed his roster.
He let go of a tight end. All right. Yeah, so just make sure you get a player that doesn't have the bye week 10.
Yeah.
By all means, because if you do, then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
And always make sure, well, one, to stay active, which is good. Two, those bye weeks could kill you, man. And week 10, you're going to...
They look far away now, but if you're
Dude, we're in week 5 already?
going on week 5.
Yeah, dude. Fucking games are coming in and out fast.
So
So,
start turning that over a little bit. Then don't think of it as just one loss. One loss could just knock you out of the playoff race. Or
oh yeah, that's the one thing I always kind of. That's why I love football so much. Cause it's only a number of games. It's not baseball. It's not basketball. We have like 80 plus games to go. You could end up 60 and 30, and
Yeah.
it's not like that.
it
It's
doesn't even sound good to the year.
yeah,
14-2 or something.
every single game counts, which is why this game is such an intense game. But overall, yeah, I think you two I think you both won on that trade. I mean, Matt Asiata could be a premier running back.
Even if he drops back a little bit, he's still the only guy there.
Yeah,
I don't even
so
know if they have another running back. Plus that division needs some challengers. They got the same two guys just rolling it all the time.
you know what? I think with Teddy Bridgewater playing the way that he played, hopefully he stays healthy. They might make a little run.
Yeah.
They could make a little run, and then before you know it, Matt Asiata's then on the cover of Madden next year. You know what I mean? I mean, it happened to Peyton Hillis.
And then nothing.
And then nothing.
Yeah, I think he plays in the CFL now.
Poor cat, dude. Madden curse. It's real. Which brings me over to the waiver wire. I know it doesn't really apply to us because our waiver wire is so thin. Matt Asiata is a player people should be looking to pick up. I know. I mean, if we look over there at NFL.com, their fantasy stats, he's picked up roughly half of the rosters. So he's available in 1 out of 2 leagues on your 10-player leagues.
Yeah, average, but I mean,
Yeah, not us.
if he's not a 1, he's a solid 2 running back.
Yeah.
Right now, anyway.
And over there, again, it might not apply to us, but tight ends. People always looking for tight ends. Larry Donald.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
Yeah. And plus, I think is probably Eli Manning's favorite pickup. I mean, favorite target right now.
They switched to that West Coast. I was going to dump off a lot to that tight
Yeah.
end. He's gonna,
Tight end's the closest guy, so it's like,
Here you go,
here he
here you
is.
go.
Do it. And speaking of New York, Eli Manning.
Yeah, he put on a show this weekend.
That's 2 weeks in a
Or
row.
what, Thursday?
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, and hopefully he continues his little hot streaks to help other to help your fantasy team. So that might be someone you might want to look into. Brian Quick from St. Louis. Yeah. It's a bit of a no name that's making a run,
Yeah.
and you're never gonna know where you're gonna get over there from St. Louis,
Yeah,
but
it's tough to pick anybody there because of the quarterback issue. So, but even that quarterback's actually what's his name? That doesn't matter.
I forget his name
Yeah.
because he's not on my
Yeah.
top 10 pickup
No.
list.
Anyway,
But Brian Quick actually has become one of the premier wide receivers over there in St. Louis. Only 10% owned.
wow.
NFL
I'm
leagues.
pretty sure he's gone in ours.
I don't know. He might not be.
No.
But I'll tell you who is gone in our league. Wide receiver from the Cleveland Browns, Andrew Hawkins.
Hawkins.
I picked him up. He's actually we're running a PPR league. That dude's getting like 8 catches a game.
Wow, that's
And
winner or loss. 2 points, Jose.
It's 2 points right there. And not only that, I mean, the volume of catches are bound to reflect on the yardage and hopefully a touchdown here and there. So Andrew Hawkins, if you haven't picked him up over there in the Pee Wee League or any other leagues or for your respective leagues, it might be a player that I actually, on this top 10, it's my favorite player to pick up. Maybe this is a player you could probably tell us a little bit more of. Dwayne Allen.
Dwayne Allen. He was out last year and he was supposed to be a number 1 tight end. Indy has 2 tight ends that they work with. They always come out with those 2 tight end sets, but he's the guy. He's a good pass catcher. He'll take it from the backfield too.
Yeah.
He'd be a pretty good pickup for a tight end. I mean, he's not getting you Jimmy Graham numbers or Julius Thomas numbers, but he's.
But you're looking at he'll definitely get some targets.
Yeah, definitely one of Andrew Luck's favorite. If the other guy didn't go to college with him, I'm sure he'd get even more.
Which brings us over to my number 7, Teddy Bridgewater. He was clearly picked up in the Pee Wee League. I wanted to pick him up last week. Didn't happen.
Someone got him.
I know. Someone definitely jumped on him. I don't know if he's picked up in our league.
Mafia Bay picked him up right
Oh,
away.
he's Mafia Bay's.
Opportunistic, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on it, dude. Every player that blows up, he picks him up. But he's only 6% owned on NFL by NFL standards on their NFL fantasy leagues.
In those.
I know he's a little banged up, but I think he'll come
be back. He's what, 21?
Yeah.
An ankle is not a problem. He'll be okay.
Put some of that.
Just throw some dirt on it.
Botequín, you know? Yeah, shit works. Number 8, I have Justin Forsett.
Justin Forsett. Oh, Williams went down again.
Yeah, I mean he's been playing lights out, and not only that, he's 50% owned in the NFL.
Justin Forsett. That's actually the guy from Baltimore, actually. Right?
Baltimore, yes. Justin Forsett from Baltimore. I mean, Ray Rice ain't coming back anytime soon. And let's face it. I mean, I know Justin Forsett has the age, right? He's a little up there in age, but
he sees the field better.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
He's playing really well. So pick him up if you haven't done so.
If you like Foxy Boxing, Ray Rice is.
It's number 1 pick in Foxy Boxing. Allen Hurts, Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver. He's only owned in a quarter of the leagues over there on NFL.com. So if you have one of those kind of leagues where people are only 10-player leagues, and there's plenty of people out there for you to splooge on, you know.
If only
So
Allen was so rich.
Only, if only. And for those people looking for running backs, and I think even our league might benefit from this one. Darren Reeves from Carolina.
Anybody?
All running backs are gone over there in Carolina.
Is that a street pickup from them?
Darren Reeves, the last one left.
Wow.
Pick him up. I mean, it might be someone you might want to handcuff, you know. Pick him up, bye week, fill in. I'm not saying he's going to win you the league, but you never know.
Might be a second Asiata kind of.
Yeah, I mean, be one of those, like, last guy available. I mean, fucking Darren Williams is out, Jonathan Stewart's out, Tolbert's out. Who else are you going to play? Who else are you going to play, Rudy? You're going to have to play Darren Reeves, man. So for those of you who are looking for running backs,
You can use Cam Newton as a running back.
I wish, man. That's the only. That's the reason I picked him up last year. Cause for my number 1, I'm like, I need the best available running back. Cam Newton.
There it is.
So Darren Reeves is my number 10, and actually, I mean, if I didn't have the depth at running back, I would have picked him up by now. So those of you looking for running backs, there you have it.
Never heard the name, so he's probably available.
He's available. He's 0.1% owned in NFL.com leagues. So I'm pretty sure he might be available in our league. So I know I normally don't come up here and give picks like this. That's why I kind of feel really good about this one. That would be one of them that if you're really aching for a running back, go reach. And if you're 0-4, go reach right now.
Very admirable. Make the league better.
Yeah, go trade. You know, trade your number 1 player, get some value, and go pick up this kid. You might never know. He might do something.
A star in a losing effort is no good. You gotta do something.
Yeah, you gotta do something. And I know I kind of beat a dead horse with that every week, but in my opinion, it's the best way to come up big. Which brings us over to what's next. That was really the highlight of my
I
segment.
want to do the pick 'em. I posted up on the. I'm getting some response
by all means,
Wire.
man, the pick'em is actually one of the more exciting part
Yeah,
of
that
the
is.
exciting part of the podcast.
Okay, last week, week 4, we had the first game we picked was Orange Crush versus Mafia Bay. Ricky, you had Orange Crush. I went with Mafia Bay. Orange Crush was here. You went with Orange Crush, and online we went with Mafia Bay.
I picked Mafia Bay to win that game.
You guys are struggling.
Raider Nation
If you
versus
knew what I knew.
D Rebels. We all went for D Rebels with the exception of online. We went Nation. Then we picked Cindy versus Kitty Litter or Detox.
Yeah, hey,
I didn't get much answers on the.
bring your name back, bro.
And Ricky, you went with Kitty Litter. I went with Cindy. Orange Crush went with Kitty Litter, and online went with Kitty Litter. As our upset pick, Rick, you picked Ray over the Destroyers. I picked. Thank you very much. I picked ElectricDynamite over Mind Freak.
That was a good pick. That was a really good pick.
Orange Crush picked Team Bring It over Dodger Danny.
You got
So
it.
did online Bring It over Dodger Danny. So with that, the total for this week: Ricky 3, I scored 3, Orange Crush 5 for the guest, and online 3. So the grand total, we are Ricky. You are in second place with 6.
Second?
Online and myself are tied for third with 3, and our guests are 7 points.
I thought I was in first. Sounded like you got a lot right.
And with that, we go to this week's picks. First game I selected for the pick'em, and I already made my picks before I hear what you guys have to say. It's Juggernauts versus Rysons, which is it's
Game
a
of the
very
week?
close game. It's the rematch that you could call it. So
The Juggernauts at Ryson.
you want to take a look at what they have, or
Yeah. I know Ryson.
I think I submitted my lineup already, so it
that's what
might
I say.
be-
They haven't all submitted their lineup, but at least let me do this.
Has he submitted his lineup
No, he
yet?
hasn't. But I think
A win for either one of them.
you could
really
see the
push the other one down in their division. Oh.
Can we zoom in a little bit?
Oh man.
Well, I know one matchup I see there that I like
Anybody?
for him.
Oh, for him. Oh, I
Yeah.
see it too. I saw one for you though, in pretty much the same atmosphere.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Quick. I mean,
I think I have pretty favorable matchups,
yeah. If
but
anybody doesn't
I gotta
know
see.
what I'm talking about, you start anybody you have against the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well,
I want to pick the Juggies, but I think I'm gonna go with Rice. I think he has more favorable matchups, and they both have pretty strong teams.
it's
there.
gonna cancel out. He has Antonio Brown at fucking Ben. Son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, I see that.
I'm shopping Andy Dalton. Who needs a quarterback? Nobody? I just thought I'd throw it out there. I'm picking myself. I don't know if you were waiting for me to answer.
right ElectricDynamite.
I like Ryson's matchups. I'm gonna take Juggernauts just because we're tight in the division, and I can't have.
That's
I can't
true,
have
huh?
that. Can't have that.
Okay, and I got 6 picks for Juggernauts online. Wait, 1 to 5.
I like being underdog.
Well,
I'll take it.
Second game is Mind Freak and D Rebels.
Cutler at Panthers.
Wilson at the
Ugh.
Redskins.
Asiata at Packers.
Both San Diego.
Yo, Keenan Allen's if he doesn't trade Keenan Allen or Eddie Royal against the Jets, they're gonna have a good game.
Yeah, they'll stop your run game, but those
Yeah, their DBs are weak.
yeah, the secondary sucks.
By the way, I
Fuck, he has-
had Ryson on the.
Oh, you did? Hey, thanks, Rudy.
His receivers look good. His receivers look better. Tight end, you gotta go the mat over here. and the Mind Freak. I take Mind Freak, and I'm gonna take him by a large margin.
That good, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I see his receivers doing well.
But I see his doing better.
Yes.
I agree with you on that. But he's in our division.
I know, it's tough to pick.
But Russell Wilson's coming back against the Redskins.
And Le'Veon Bell against the Jaguars.
Oh, God.
Asiata in a divisional game there. Yeah, Mind Freak.
Can this be my upset pick of the week? No, huh? I have to pick another one? Alright, you know what? If D-Rebel comes out with the trade and he gets solid players, he might actually have something there. Fuck, 76-95. I'm gonna go with D-Rebel.
Okay, I also had D Rebels, and online we have votes for both, but we have more for Mind Freak.
Yeah. I just want Mind Freak to lose. Is that fair to say?
That's definitely that's kind of the reason I didn't pick you.
Okay,
Cool.
over from the Pee Wee League here, we have Evolve versus Lexmaster.
That sounds
I
intriguing.
thought you were gonna say ElectricDynamite.
I was gonna say ElectricDynamite, then I realized.
Yes.
Since when?
It begins.
You got demoted to the Pee Wee League?
No, I'm just taking over the world.
Oh, is that
You
what it
guys
is?
are all right, so you'll be okay.
Up, I think. Oh, no, my bad. I read it wrong. Down.
Oh, too fast.
There it is.
Let's see.
Damn. Cam versus the Bears.
Breeze, Davis, Morris.
I know what Mike's going to say. All you need is Drew Brees to win versus the Buccaneers. Lex Master got it in the bag.
But he's hurting himself, starting the defense.
I know. That's faith.
Yeah.
LaShawn McCoy is struggling.
He's due for a bounce back, but that Rams defense.
That Rams defensive line is strong, dude. But then again, it's at Philly.
Who knows if they travel with other Rams?
They don't travel really well.
Ty at the Ravens.
Hey, Ty is not bad, man.
No, he's. I know he's good.
He doesn't get touchdowns. He was robbed a touchdown, by the way. Which I started that guy. He was robbed a touchdown, which ended up going to fucking Trent Richardson.
Indy definitely could have used another touchdown in that one.
Overall team? Fuck.
Overall,
I don't like Alfred Morris versus the Seahawks. That's a tough matchup
I like the
there.
quarterbacks even. I like Breeze's matchup better.
Macklin's gonna blow up versus the Rams. Does
Does
Lexmaster have like all Philadelphia wide receivers playing?
He did last week. I don't think he submitted his lineup yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see Marshawn Lynch starting. I see.
Vincent Jackson maybe starting against that defense? Is he out?
I'm shopping Vincent Jackson, by the way. I've been whoever wants. I'm trading that guy. Yeah, he scored a touchdown last week.
Oh, I see him starting Denver's defense too. I'm gonna give it to Lexmaster here.
Lexmaster?
Yeah. Antonio Brown.
I'm with you on that one. Lexmaster for the win.
Okay, I got Evolve.
Plus, he beat us last week, so
And
it's
online,
not saying much 'cause we fucking suck.
we have both Lexmaster and Evolve, so
Flip a coin.
should I just pick Evolve to make it even 2-2? Is that fair?
Somebody give us some help
You
here. Come
can't
on.
just pick.
Well, I'll wait till the end of the show, see if anybody's seen
Oh, our shit stopped. Ha, psych, we're back.
Yeah. We're gonna need some help, guys.
And
Pick somebody here.
the upset.
Oh, yeah, upset pick.
It could be from either league if you guys want to.
Match.
It has to be upset, right? Or is it just
We're doing
whatever?
upset now. It used to be wild card.
I know. You know what? Dodger Danny over Mafia Bay. What do you think of that?
Wow. Back-to-back losses for Mafia.
And Dodger Danny gets a win. Gets a little stroke.
By the
on
way,
win.
Mafia Bay say, hey guys.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? Sorry I didn't pick you this week.
I'm gonna go.
Dodgers Danny's solid, bro. Look at that. He's averaging 90 points a week.
I might be reaching or going out on a limb here, but I'm gonna take Bring It against the Crush.
Damn, I just saw that. That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with the bad guys destroying the destroyers.
Oh man!
Wow, that's okay.
Little reverse destruction.
And online we also have Bring It.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good game. Team Bring It versus Orange Crush.
So
I like that one.
We have another vote here. Raider Nation over Electric Dynamite.
Wow, that's just hating, dude. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Raider Nation doesn't have too much going for him. Yeah, something has to blow up there in order to get the win.
Kind of important stuff to deal with at work, and I kind of already submitted my lineup. I'm kind of looking at the week after, which is not good, but
oh, you could look at it right now.
Yeah, I saw. I already submitted it, and again, nothing disrespectful to say about the nation, but well, I expect the same thing to happen that happened in London.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, right? Like the team that doesn't win over there in London, they end up losing the rest of the year.
Oh man, no coach.
Yeah, they lost the coach. They left the coach over there. That's fucked up, man.
They told him to meet him at the train station and took a plane.
They're like, oh, here. Send him back on a boat. Poor guy.
Here's a crumpet. Get at it.
Do we have any fantasy football questions going on this week?
Tips help.
No, we only have D Rebels sent a trade. I'm guessing, assuming to you.
Send it to me.
It'll be up there, no?
It would be up there. Yeah. Are you logged on as commissioner?
Yeah.
We could go over that right now.
Is it under transactions, maybe?
I will put it down or accept it, depending if it's good. Hey, look at that. Ray picking up Darren Reeves. Yo, Ray, I hope he works out for you, buddy. For real. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Keenan Allen, CJ Spiller. Do it.
Wow. Well, that gets that,
Do it.
Who should I start? Question out.
Oh,
I don't have that.
I have to accept it? It's accepted, buddy. Don't fucking worry about it. I got you. I've been trying to get rid of CJ Spiller for a while.
Marshall and Fleener.
I mean, I like him, and I hope he does well for you, but it's something about that whole Reggie Bush type player that I just don't like. Wow, trade proposal.
I kind of like it. He's been shopping that tight end pretty hard.
He is. He really is.
Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey should. I don't know. They're producing, but not at the level they should be.
I didn't start CJ Spiller, did I? No. All right, Rudy. I accepted it. Do your worst. I do like that trade between trade offer between Mafia Bay and Ray. I think. Well, Mafia Bay is he's kind of stacked at the wide receiver position. Like, he has a lot of wideouts. He could definitely use another running back, but he has Bernard, and this might sound crazy. But I think he could shop LaShawn McCoy.
I would definitely agree. Just the name and what he has done.
Can we go ahead and look at Mafia Bay's roster?
Sure, we can.
I mean, I picked them to lose this week. I don't know if it was fair.
I know, I picked the Rebels to lose too, and I think I'm still not going to pick him to win, but I like that he's being very active.
Can we see the bye weeks for Rebels really quick? Can you just scoot over to the side? Look at that. Boom. Now you have a player to play
that week
on week 10.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah, let's go. Let's look at Mafia Bay really quick. There we go. All right. see, he has a lot of wideouts, and I feel if he shops LaShawn McCoy properly, he could come up with a decent running back. All right, package deal. LaShawn McCoy and put whoever you want down there, right? Julian Edelman,
Okay.
which is the best wideout right now. I think he could come up with another running back and another wide receiver, and maybe, or he's shopping a tight end, right? Yeah.
That's tight end.
All right,
There you go now.
3 for 3. He could come up big, because I mean, let's face it, LaShawn McCoy isn't really putting up the numbers he was expecting. Giovanni Bernard, I mean, doesn't look that way, but he had the bye week, so that's clearly his franchise player. LaShawn McCoy, throw in that tight end and that other Julian Edelman that he's shopping. He could come up, I feel, with maybe a superstar wide receiver.
He'd end up being probably one of the strongest teams in the league.
Yeah, I feel like he could come out with a superstar wide receiver and a solid running back.
At least someone to start.
Yeah, like someone to start right next to Giovanni Bernard.
If he didn't have McCoy, he's not starting LeGarrette Blount.
That's the thing. I mean, LeGarrette Blount was a good start 1 week, but let's face it, Le'Veon Bell's stealing all those carries. He's a bell cow right now. But I'm not saying that's something I would do. That's something you could probably consider. I mean, LaShawn McCoy is a big name. You could come up with someone like a Dez Bryant. You could come up with someone like Antonio Brown. You could come up with
You got a lot of options. Though. You can pretty much do what you,
AJ Green.
what you like.
Yeah, it really depends on where you want to go with that one. But I feel you could come up with a really high-end, superstar status wide receiver. And, since it's a package deal, right, you could also come up with a solid running back.
And he's not throwing trash away, guys. If any of you guys are out there who are not putting up wins, these are good players still.
Very good
you
players.
Can put together on a team instead of starting that one great guy. You got
Who
really
has-
good guys.
Who has Calvin? Mike?
Mike,
could use a running back.
sure. Let's see.
Look at that.
Oh, no Sean's out. Williams is out.
Oh, yeah, DeAndre Williams is out. And Frank Gore, all right, let's face it. The only reason Frank Gore had a good game last week was that one toss that he got from Kaepernick, and he ran it all the way. So, as we look here, Mike definitely needs a running back.
He's got two great wide receivers. Steve Smith's balling out of control.
Steve Smith's balling. Calvin Johnson's a great name, and Andre Hopkins.
From Houston, yeah.
Yeah, playing lights out. You could shop any of those three right there and come out with Shady.
You could win with that Calvin Johnson trade just because you can probably get something a lot for him.
Yeah. So, say Ivan and Mike traded right now.
Mike says not for Calvin.
No, I mean, he's not my player, but you could do, it would have to be a superstar because you can't give up. See, Mike's one of those players that's not willing to. He's grasping to Calvin for dear life.
He's winning with this team, but
Yeah, but he's not winning because of Calvin.
no, that's definitely true.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at Calvin's numbers, he's not doing as what he expected.
He has the potential, but he hasn't done anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna snap out of it sooner or later. But people are triple teaming Calvin right now,
Well, who else?
and he's injured.
There's nobody there. There's nobody else there.
There's Golden Tate.
That's right. Actually, he did have a pretty good game.
All he was missing was a touchdown, which I have Golden Tate. So
Yeah.
everyone out there who wants Golden Tate, it's for sale. But yeah, something like that you can do. I mean, you're not receiving trash and you're not giving away trash. You're going for big name players, and that'll be something that'll really rattle the cages here in the RFL.
That could put Mafia over Crush in that division. That could keep the Destroyers up there where he's at.
Yeah, because if you look at it, Destroyers wouldn't really be losing too much value.
No, they
He'd
still
be
got
gaining.
starters. They still got
Yeah, he has solid wide receiving starters.
another team you can pick with darts.
Yeah. So I see that as a trade that he could definitely come back. And if he wants to keep Calvin as a franchise player, guess what? Guess who you're gonna franchise? Shady.
Yeah.
So that's a win-win for both teams right there. But, you know, will it ever happen? I really don't know.
Wow, that's a tough division right there.
Yeah, a whole bunch of 3-1s. I could honestly see the both wild cards going through the East.
Well, we could segue now to the question we've been asking all our guests.
Almost definitely. I mean, you're in my respective division. I respect you as a player. Where do you see who's the team to beat overall in the whole RFL? And if there were to be a division where the trophy goes to, where do you think that trophy's going?
I would say this Eastern Division is really, they got some heavy hitters there. I just see, you know, when it comes to a division like that, we're going to beat each other up or knock each other out.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, I mean, but then playing with people this caliber so many times, you become battle tested. You see things, or you know.
Well, I mean, let's face it. The past 4 years now, Rudy? Past 4 years?
What?
There's been a representative in the final from the East.
Well, 2U, then
Mind Freak.
And the year before, I think it was Little Mac. So yes.
Yeah, I think it's 4 years now.
So it's consistently so. And then the champs always have a target on their back, and he's actually carried over.
Yeah, he's playing well. We'll see how good he plays this week.
I like the Crush's consistency. I don't know if people don't see it as like I do, but he's just, when he wins, it's always a solid win, and when he loses, it's by a margin.
He almost lost by a margin, and he
Yeah.
won by a margin this
Yeah.
week. Let's look at his team really quick.
Who's?
Orange Crush. Down.
You want me to go into the roster, right?
Oh, I was going to say you could click on his team. There we go. And then roster.
I know he likes the waiver wire a lot, but
There's not much
do
there,
I
though.
see him trading a lot? Does he trade a lot?
It's kind of hard to get players off of him. He's very cautious.
Well, he drafts really well.
He really
He
does.
probably does a lot.
I
of
mean, he
them.
has Matt Forte, Julio Jones, 2 solidified starters, and Greg Olson. Let's face it.
Yeah, that's the guy. Well, besides Kelvin Benjamin,
Yeah.
Julio Jones. Anytime you have Julio Jones as a
And Lamar Miller is kind of carrying him for a bit right now.
Forte's gonna pick it up though, and
Yeah, he's not going to struggle forever. He's always kind of lacking at the quarterback position.
I
They're
think
not sexy names, I know, but Tannehill's playing really good.
I just think he thinks that, like I do, that's a deep position that you don't have to jump on them. I know I franchised a quarterback, but I was a good option there. But you can wait and draft the quarterback later, or pick up somebody that's blowing up. There's always a quarterback that's.
I have to agree with that. I mean, I'm looking at this roster and it looks very similar to mine, where it's heavy in the running back, heavy in the wideout, and not too much everywhere else. But I mean, clearly he's carrying over with solid names in the tight end position.
That other tight end he's got there too.
Yeah, from Kansas City.
He's looking really good.
He's really good. He actually beat me to him. I was gonna. He
The
picked him up in the draft.
So the
I
team
didn't
to
think
beat,
he
to
would.
answer your question, I would
Yeah.
still go with the champs,
Mm-hmm.
but look out for this guy right here.
Look out for Orange Crush.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, there you go. Different perspectives from very different teams. Do I ask any other questions? I usually forget.
That's a question.
That's the one. Do we have any fantasy football questions?
No questions, just
I'm surprised.
comments. Good
Martin
point.
came up and
I haven't seen him today.
Martin wins and he stops watching the show.
So I got this wrapped up.
He's like, got one in the books, guys.
I retire on the top.
What is he had something?
You have a lot written down here.
These are
dude.
just kind of I analyze the games a little bit. Put up just
Did we pretty much cover what we wrote down?
commenting on people's rosters and the games themselves. Loving that
alright.
Cowboys game right there.
Oh, dude, fucking Cowboys game.
Mike says that Orange Crush needs a solid QB.
Yeah.
He doesn't need Drew Brees to win, though. Yeah. Overall,
I might have gone with the Destroyers to maybe the team to beat, but it looks like he's running away with it. It's only week 4 or going on week 5, but it looks like he's just running away with the South there.
Yeah, but
It's still too early to tell, but I mean,
I still like
I'm
Dodger
really-
Danny.
Yeah, I'm really not sold on the Destroyers.
Dodger Danny. Oh,
Um,
the poor matchups. That's right. We
yeah.
did talk about this.
I mean, Dodger Danny had an off week this week because Peyton was off. But look,
The average points for you. Right?
average
Pretty
points, yeah.
close. More points overall, I think.
Yep.
No, he's barely.
Because Mike had a good week this week, but he should be in second right now. I mean, I have faith in Ray. I think he's gonna pick it up. So I think sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see him where he's at.
Yeah, I think sooner or later it's just gonna start evening out there in the what is that, Southern Division?
The Southern, yeah.
Northern. Yeah, well,
I,
bad guys are just struggling.
yeah, I saw him at the draft, and
He has the team.
yeah, he was on it. He was on top of everything, and I expected more from him.
He just had it was a bad week for him.
Yeah, he's had a few bad weeks. But his star wide receiver comes back this week, and AJ Green. That should definitely pick him up. Do you have any comments, questions, nothing?
Just Orange Crush needs solid QB, so does Juggernauts.
What are we gonna talk about that? Is it wise to keep all day?
Oh yeah. All right. I mean, word is out. Adrian Peterson is not coming back until the court proceedings
At least begin.
conclude, right?
Okay.
So, in a case like this, it tends to lag on, and the whole case hasn't even started yet. So, this tells us that he's not going to play this year.
No.
So, what do you do if you have Adrian Peterson in your bench? Do you keep? I mean, the way I see it, I don't even think he's gonna play next year.
Wow. You think the Vikings are just gonna cut ties with him? And
I don't think they're gonna cut ties. I just don't think he's gonna play. I don't think he's suspended, and I think till then he's gonna stay suspended.
how many more years do you think he's got?
That's my point.
Yeah.
Do you keep him, franchise him? Because you can't put him on IR.
No.
We took that out.
That franchise, it's a gamble.
Do you trade him for a pick? Because look, I'm gonna be out with it. Downtown Rebels has Adrian Peterson in our league, and he was trying to fish him to me. He's like, I need a running back and a tight end. Well, first of all, he had like 3 tight ends, so I don't think he needs one. But you're not gonna get a player from me
For
Adrian Peterson. Yeah, I need people that are playing today. You know, I'm not trying to win next year. So I offer like an 8th round pick for the value that he has now.
And that's what we're playing for.
Yeah,
Now.
today I'm like, if you want to give me Adrian Peterson, I'll give you an 8th round pick for him.
And this is not to pick on him, but on the Rebels, I mean. But if you're set at that position, maybe hang on to him. Maybe just to see what happens or see what's going on.
I mean, he has Asiata as a handcuff.
Yeah.
Well, he has him now.
Now, yeah. But this just goes for in general. If somebody has Adrian Peterson,
Yeah,
um,
and well, let's face it, not a lot of leagues are keeper leagues.
no,
I know the Pee Wee League is, but other than
he's owned in that league. I'm sure. Is he hanging on to him?
Team Kitty Litter, and yeah, he's hanging on to him.
So there you go. I mean, it looks like he's too sexy of a name to just let go.
But do you keep him?
I don't. I think I'd have to be hurting at the position to drop him right away. I might
Yeah.
wait to hear what's gonna happen, or maybe try to shop him to a team with.
But say you're 1-3, which
Do you-
Downtown Rebels is.
And it's a wasted roster spot.
Yeah.
If you can get, it's not even in a trade. If you can just get value by picking somebody up on the waiver and he's taking up that spot, he's getting you 0 points now, and then you still have the chance of, if he plays next year, of drafting him next year.
That's pretty much the only way I would look at it. I wouldn't waste a roster spot. I would let him go. I mean, he's worthless right now. Completely worthless. And I know Downtown Rebels is trying to fish him out and trying to like get something for him, but I really don't see him getting anything, or at least not what he wants. I don't think.
Maybe a pick next year,
Yeah, and
a lower end pick, but a pick.
that's exactly what I'll offer him. Like, look, dude. I mean, he's useless to me right now, but as far as next year, and And he played 2 games, one game,
I think week 1 only.
week 1. And he didn't look as explosive as Adrian Peterson usually looks on week 1. So that tells me he's on a bit of a decline. So what would you do, Rudy?
I wouldn't. I
Would you
wouldn't
drop
trade
him?
him.
Would you keep him?
If I had him, I'd probably. If I could get something for him, I'll get anything. If not, I'll just drop him.
Would you trade him for an 8th round pick? For next year's 8th round pick? Which
A
face it,
pick or yeah, something.
because our league is so big, I think an 8th round pick. 8th round pick, you pick up a solid tight end.
That's people don't really go for tight ends right away, so you might be right.
You have to look at it. Either you get nothing, and you either keep him in your roster and hold that spot, or you drop him and don't get anything, or you trade him and
It's good advice.
hope for an 8th round pick or whatever next year. But
I mean, I was considering 8th round pick. Even then, I was iffy. Because I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. If he comes back, what if he gets jail time?
Oof. Michael Vick came back, had a good.
Yeah, but that was like 2 years later.
and
So-
that would be something to think about if you're trading your 8th round pick for
Exactly.
him too. You're like, okay,
That's
what if he
some-
doesn't play? I lose a pick.
I don't think that's something Rebel was considering because, like, oh, it's Adrian Peterson. I was like, yeah, but he's not playing.
It's the star power, man. It's
Yeah.
it gets you.
So, as something really that we could.
I guess looking at it
Yeah.
like that, it's pretty generous offer from you then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not something I really would want to do, but to help him out, he doesn't draft very well. Let's face
He
it.
looked really into his draft. What he was doing at the draft.
Well, he does that every year. He comes out, he says, nailed it, and it doesn't really
Pan out.
pan out. But I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to him. But if we go down the line again, what would you do?
If I had him,
Yeah.
I would have dropped him. I dropped Josh Gordon as soon as I found out he was out for the season. I ended up probably be coming back.
He might be coming back, but he's still dealing cars. What would you do?
I wouldn't hang on to him.
You would hang on to him?
This is what
Same here.
with the rule change in our league.
Yeah,
Make a
every
difference.
every spot
Because
is valuable.
before we
now.
had those 2 injury research spots, that would have been a good spot for Josh Gordon or
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, that's why I like that we don't have that now because he's out in the wild, and if he comes back, he comes back. So
There's
you
meant
hold
to
on
be.
to him. You hold on to him and take the risk. I mean, if he comes back,
Jump on the waiver.
it's gonna be one of those things where he's only gonna be available during playoff time. Because I don't see him coming back tomorrow.
No, definitely not.
He's gonna be out for a while. So if you're making a run to the playoffs, or if Downtown Rebel has the depth to make the run for the playoffs and keep him, keep him.
If he's not taking up if he's not hurting you, then I guess. But if you have players putting up zeros and
You have to think about this
kinda
too.
does.
The Vikings have been still looking. I mean, they're not explosive like they were, but they won this past week, didn't they?
and they got some
They
other
won big.
options.
And do they really want all that media attention? Do they want all that sponsors issues?
Yeah, they're building a new stadium. I think they're gonna want.
I heard the University of Minnesota was thinking of kicking him out if he was.
Well, let's look at this. Who's gonna start filling seats now? Big name Teddy Bridgewater,
Sure,
Cordell
looking
Patterson,
good.
and if Asiata starts making runs,
He doesn't have to
and
be Adrian Peterson, but he could just be
Yeah.
a solid.
all he has to do is be a big role player, man. That's all you got to be. And before you know it, that's how older players get cut. Especially running backs. I mean,
Yeah, those
they
poor
have a
guys.
really short lifespan. I mean, it's impressive enough that Adrian Peterson kept it up for this long.
At the level he did too.
Exactly.
After that injury.
After that injury.
Hey, yeah, you're right.
So I don't know if if you think you're playoff bound and you have depth in that position, keep them. If not, this goes for everyone out there. I'll drop them straight up. Like if you don't have that depth and you're clearly struggling,
It's not
people out there you could pick
It's
up.
not worth the roster spot.
Yeah, it's really not.
Unless you're loaded at all the positions.
Yeah, but if you're winning,
Yeah.
I
mean, if you
you
have
can
fucking-
afford it, yeah.
But you have to have people that could really sum up, like fucking AJ Green, Julio Jones. You need those players to say, okay, I can keep AP for now.
At least for a while.
For a
See
while.
what's going on and then make a better decision.
But yeah, I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. So as we say, football is today. Every win counts. So
And it is
there you go. I think
Even if you try to keep him as drop one kicker and keep a kicker, but my kicker scores 12 to 15 points a week, so
it's your best player.
I don't want to keep the. I don't want to lose that spot either.
There you go. So
He's as active as we are. And the waiver, if you drop somebody, he's going to be snatched up probably.
yeah, the waiver runs pretty thin in our league.
Yeah, I dropped the Washington. Well, week 1, I dropped the Washington Redskins. They did pretty good, and I tried to pick them up and
Gone.
they're gone.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
Which
the
I'm
Bears
glad,
to
'cause-
come off of lock list.
I'm trading defenses like every week.
Yeah,
I got Cleveland this week. I think I'm gonna keep him for a while though, because I since the beginning I like Cleveland.
I could use a defense.
I just dropped Chicago if you want.
I know I'm waiting for them to come. They're locked still. I'm waiting for them to come up. I sent Mike a junk, not a junk trade, but I sent him a trade. Anything just to pique the interest a little bit. I need a defense. He had 2. I'm like,
I've been trying to get Buffalo off of Mike for a
Buffalo.
while.
I don't know who I sent him for.
I think he has Tampa too. So
Oh, I must have sent him for Buffalo.
yeah. But any questions, remarks on the chat so we can close up shop?
Mike, saying, going back to Adrian Peterson, you got to trade him. You're not going to get the value, but it could be somebody else's franchise player. And he really likes the no injury reserve rule.
Hey man, I'm glad. You know, we're always trying to make the league better and more competitive. And I think that injury reserve, I think it makes it more competitive.
Yeah, people are just storing players, stashing players there.
Yeah, because people are just they were just hoarding players in that injury reserve thing.
And Mike says SD. I don't know who.
San Diego? Oh, that's who I offered him, I think. Or that's who I asked for, I think. Yeah, man. Let's make it work.
Let's make a trade happen. Any closing remarks, Roots there?
No, just make sure you submit your lineups and your picks.
Stay
Do
active.
we want to go over the picks real quick, or?
Oh yeah, those. I struggle, man. I got 6 right. At least I didn't get 4. What's a Lewis?
I think it's some kind of soup or something.
I'm hungry. I go for a soup right now. Clam chowder sounds good.
It's pretty. 1, 2, 3,
Hey
4,
man,
5,
you gotta hand it over to
6, 7, 8, 9. Top 10 spots are right there.
Yeah, you gotta hand it to. Well, let's point out who he is. Jesse is Raider Nation. You can't be good at one thing. You could be good at the other.
True.
You know what I mean?
Thanks to these picks, I didn't even pay any dues this year.
We have
We come in handy.
San Diego for Reggie Bush on
Reggie Bush?
the trade on the chat.
San Diego?
I don't know. San Diego's young.
I have a...
You're gonna have to look at it.
Yeah,
He needs to check his people.
Reggie Bush. Huh?
All right.
I don't even know who my other backups are, my running backs right now.
Got a closing statement, Rudy?
I just submit your lineups and good luck to all this week.
Closing statement?
No. Nothing good. I'm going to win this week again.
Any shout outs?
Shout out. No shout out. Nobody that, I didn't hear any chat from anybody, so nobody gets a shout out.
So you.
Yeah, Washington Redskins.
You gotta watch the South Park episode, Rudy. It was about the Redskins. It was funny.
They got a new logo, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close with. Don't forget to go to rflfootball.com. I'm actually currently working on a blog about this top 10 players that I got going on, which I completely stole from NFL Network. Go over there, click on the banner, get something from on it, guys. It's all natural stuff. I use it.
I
You
used
used the
it.
Shroom Tech Sport
Yeah.
and fucking loved
It
it.
was great.
That's what Spartan race too.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man. It was just
I wish. See, my brother didn't take it, and what was he doing? Dying. He took 2 hours to come back and to get across the finish line after all of us. That power food, Earthgrown, I love that thing. Orange juice. Alright, look, I juice my own oranges. So, and I put a little scoop of that power food. Boom. Awesome with my eggs in the morning, man. It's fucking perfect. You get like your veggies in one cup right there. Fucking awesome. You want to put in your smoothie, you can put in your
no
smoothies.
need for greens.
Yeah, man. If you're not, if you're like, damn, I don't need enough greens. Boom. That's get that thing. It's like powdered greens. You can't go wrong. Logo should be coming up soon. I'm just kind of swamped with like work and school. It's kind of weird to say.
Outsource, man.
Yeah, but it's kind of working for me because it's like practice,
Okay.
you know. But I will be questioning you guys of how you like them and what direction you want to go with. So we'll leave with that. Make sure you visit the link. Stay active, which is the most important part. And good luck to everybody. Much love.
Yeah, man.
And thanks for coming down.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad you came down with notes and everything.
Yeah, no, I wanted to be prepared a little this time.
It was good. Alright, guys. Much love. Lates.
It feels like less time when you're on the show.
I don't think we went as long. Because sometimes I think we ramble on and we say nothing. About an hour and a half? Not bad, man. An hour and a half.
Pretty good.
Thanks for coming down.
Happy to be here, man. I actually, you do learn from the show.
I hope so.
I did that, like I said, the Asiata thing in the morning when I made that because I'm like, he said, he starts the guy who's going to get the carries, get the run. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.